All right, what a great crowd and what a great day to be fighting for human rights here at the United Nations. We just met with one of the commissioners on the UN Human Rights Committee who's very enthusiastic to hear and review our complaint. Look Ahead America, in cooperation with Citizens Against Political Persecution, today made a formal complaint to the UN Human Rights Committee regarding the Biden administration's treatment of the January 6th political prisoners. The disparate treatment of these individuals for nothing other than their political beliefs and the horrific conditions under which they've been kept would make people in basically, it's much better than our folks are being treated down in Guantanamo Bay. So it would be much better if they were down there compared to what they're experiencing now in DC prisons and other prisons across the country. I'm here with Cara Castronova, who's the leader of Citizens Against Political Persecution, so I'm going to give the mic to her.
Thank you, Matt, so much for organizing this, and that letter was beautiful. Citizens Against Political Persecution, we're here based in New York, so thank you so much for coming down. The UN is right in our backyard, and we're really hoping that the UN does the right thing, stands up for these political prisoners. Other organizations like Amnesty International should be also on board with this. We're going to continue to do rallies. We have the one coming up on September 18th, the big one down in DC at the Capitol building, fighting for political prisoners, but really hoping that the UN reads the letter, acknowledges it, and comes to the aid of these political prisoners that are being held in Washington, D.C. right now that we continue to fight for so hard. So thank you again, Matt, for coming up here, for co-signing this letter and asking us to be a part of this.
Thank you, Cara, very much. So what's before us is a really simple question. Do you think that an individual who committed no violence, who damaged no property, who walked into a public building to exercise their First Amendment right and walked out, for that should be held without conviction, without the opportunity for bail, in solitary confinement, 23 hours a day, for 9 months, without access, full access to their attorneys, without access to the evidence against them, without access to medical care, denied access to their families? Now, if you have a problem with that, regardless of your politics, you're on our side, and we welcome you. Not only are we making the complaint with the United Nations Human Rights Committee today, we're also calling on other governments around the country to put sanctions on the political leaders in this country who have perpetrated this. For generations, we've seen political leaders in this country impose sanctions on other international leaders when they've fallen short of international norms or standards of human rights. Now they're the ones doing it. And now we're asking for travel and financial restrictions on President Joe Biden, on Attorney General Merrick Garland, on FBI Director Christopher Wray, and all the other prosecutors and judges who are involved in this travesty. So we look forward to seeing all of you at the U.S. Capitol on September 18th, where we will have a protest there, and we will present evidence that has not been heard by Nancy Pelosi's very politically motivated committee on January 6th. We're going to present evidence that's not been seen before. But we're not going to give up until we get what we want. So we're here at the UN today. We're very grateful to the good police officers here in New York who are keeping us safe right over there and are probably going to tell us to move along in a minute, and to the people of the United Nations for hearing our complaint, and we look forward to getting their response. So thank you very much. My name is Matt Brainerd. Look Ahead America. America first, America forever.